Tune in to the episode number 137 of the so-called sports analyst. Josh, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, I mean, the Spurs lost tonight, but hey, other than that, they've been doing amazing. They beat the Bulls. But you
Without
know,
Josh Giddey. Without
whatever,
Josh Giddey.
whatever. We didn't have Dylan Harper, but
Oh, like that
so
equals the same. It doesn't. No, Josh, don't even, Josh.
all of a sudden, bro,
Don't even, Josh.
all of a sudden, no, but it's been pretty good, just kind of getting ready for some Chiefs football coming out of the bye week. We know that's when Andy Reid does his best, so I'm looking a lot forward to it. Boys got a basketball tournament this Sunday as well, so we've been preparing for that.
Oh yeah, that's why Damien's been hooping. I completely forgot about that. Just
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Damien, changed his lifestyle because Ryan beat him in basketball. But all right, find us on Twitch, Discord, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube under TSCSA or the so-called sports analyst. Whether you listen to this live or another day, we appreciate it. Make sure you share this to anybody that likes sports. But all right, Josh, like we normally do, our predictions for the week, NFL Week 11. And Josh, I was down 5-1. I was down 5-1. It is officially 5-5 now. So, any remarks? Anything? I told you I'd walk you down. It's not over. It's far from over. But we're at an even point right now. So, what do you have to say? You've lost four straight.
I was like, just giving you a chance, bro. Just giving you a chance. That's all it is for me.
Sometimes like you give that person a chance, right? And then after that, it's just momentum, and that's what's
Mm-hmm.
gonna happen from this point forward.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just letting you know. But all right, let's go ahead and start with this first game. Thursday night football. The New York Jets, who are 2-7, versus the New England Patriots, who are 8-2. Patriots are favored by 13.5. The over/under is 42.5. Who you taking?
Yeah, I'm going with the New England Patriots. As much as like the Jets tried making some moves, I don't know, but yeah, give me the New England Patriots. Drake May's on a tear right now. Continue his MVP campaign, and yeah, Travion Henderson has been unlocked, so that's pretty cool to see. Pretty excited for that one. So, pretty excited to see both those guys work together. Both Drake May with his young running back behind him has been pretty fun to watch, especially last week. We didn't get to talk football this
Yeah.
week, but what Trayvon Henderson was able to do, my gosh, bro, that's why you start the man. That's why you start the man.
It only took till week 11, Josh. We've been pounding the table since week 3. It only took
Mm-hmm.
another extra 8 weeks, but you see what happens when you give your running back, who you actually spent major draft capital on, burn, and he goes for over 100 yards and two big plays. But
Facts.
yeah, no, Patriots are winning this one very easily right here. Drake May again, he's just on a complete tear right now, and I don't know if you knew this. He's number one against the blitz for against any quarterback in the league right now. So you can't blitz him, and so he's gonna just pick you apart, and especially against his Jets defense that are banged up. So as far as fantasy wise, Brees Hall, Drake May, Travion Henderson. Those are only guys, in my opinion. I don't think Ramondre really gets more burn than Travion the
Yeah.
rest of the season. I think so. I think it's pretty much wraps now.
Yeah. No. I'm not gonna say it's reps. I think Ramondre definitely is gonna have a big role. Like they're 8-2 for a reason. Like
Yeah.
they like having that committee there. But I do think Trayvon Henderson just solidified himself as, yay, hey, I'm the best guy in this backfield. Give me the damn ball.
Hmm.
But I do think Ramondre is still gonna have a good role in this offense. But as you said, Drake May, Ramondre, Brees Hall,
Oh,
that's it.
Stephon Diggs. What am I saying?
Yeah, yeah.
He's been
You can start
solid.
Stephon Diggs. You can
He's
start
he's
Stephon
been
Diggs.
he's been solid. He's been a solid guy. But all right, let's go ahead and get onto this 8:30 game. This is the first NFL Madrid game, and Miami's favored by 2.5. Oh, I didn't even say the teams. Miami Dolphins versus Commanders, both 3-7. Miami's favored by 2.5. Over unders 47.5 in this ball game. And once again, Marcus Mariota starting because Jaden Daniels he's out. Who are you taking?
Oh my bad. I went blank. I got focused on this thing.
No, you're good.
No, but I think I'm gonna have to go. Wait, who's the freaking? There we go. Miami or Washington? Gosh, bro.
I know,
Holy.
brutal. Hey, I
Give me
mean Miami.
Miami.
They upset
Yeah,
Buffalo.
I was like, I'm going with Miami, bro. I don't think that they're gonna have enough firepower on the other side to keep up with this Miami offense. I do think this Miami offense is still a very good offense, and we've realized what they're trying to do right now, and that's just give Devon Achane the ball and get out the way right
Mm-hmm.
now. But I think Jalen Waddle is also having a pretty great season so far ever since Tyreek Hill's gone down. There's a lot of positives, I think, to take away from that Miami offense. Their defense, they're hit or miss. Like most of the time they're missed, but they do have certain games where they just kind of step up to the plate. And I think it's versus bad matchups or the Buffalo Bills. And yeah, so they're gonna. I think this is gonna be a day where the Miami Dolphins kind of not figure things out, but just kind of just it's gonna be an ugly win, but they're gonna get it done.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% in this one, and just for the mere fact that the Commanders' wide receivers are still banged up. That's been the entire story of the year. Pretty
Mm-hmm.
much the offense being banged up, and the defense not really being the same as it was last year for the Commanders. Not that they were a good defense, but they were just turnover hungry, and they're not getting those turnovers like they did last year. So you're
Yeah.
seeing it. And fantasy football wise, honestly, I don't start nobody on the Commanders. I know there's Zach Ertz. I know there's Bill. But Devon Achane, or okay, Jalen Waddle, I know you started him too. That could be a good start. But Devon Achane, as of right now, it's a three-horse race for running back one. It's
Nah,
Jonathan
it's
Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor
It's Jonathan Taylor.
and
I'm
everybody
just
else
listening.
and
Jonathan
everybody
Taylor,
else.
Gibbs, and Devon Achane. Do you think out of the other two running backs, who could catch up to Jonathan Taylor? Because
Devon Achane.
I think my poll would be Achane too. Because
Yeah,
I
but it's Jonathan Taylor and everybody else right now.
Yeah, especially the touchdowns. I think he's still on pace to break the record too, which is crazy. But all right, let's go ahead and get into these 12 o'clock games right here. We have the 5-5 Carolina Panthers versus the 3-6 Falcons, which the Falcons are favored by 3.5. Over unders 41.5 in this one. So is it going to be the repeat as the first one where the Panthers won 30-0, or is it going to be something different?
Dude, I don't know. Like, I feel like the Falcons, like, they step up, right? They play hard teams hard, but when they play like teams that they should beat, they just lose. Like so,
Yeah.
and for me, I feel like the Panthers are kind of on a roll right now. I do think they're starting to figure a little bit more things out. Their weapons are starting to get going a little bit. Jalen Coker's getting put more into this offense as the weeks go by. Ted McMillan is still there. So for me, I think I'm gonna lean towards the Carolina Panthers in this one. As weird as it sounds to say out loud, the Carolina Panthers, I think for the first time this year, I'm taking them to win this game.
Man, no. So I guess this is going to be our first disagreement right here. And I think this is just for the simple fact that the Falcons, they got embarrassed last time by the Panthers. If they barely lost, and I could be like, okay, maybe I can see the Panthers winning again. But just Michael Penix, he's kind of been playing better. Not like amazingly, but kind of been playing better, involving Drake more, Bijan a lot more. So they put a good fight up against the Colts. And I think they're going to carry somewhat of that momentum with their playoffs hopes kind of being in balance. I know they're kind of far away, but kind of being in balance right here. So this is a must win for the Falcons. I think they're going to get it done right here. But all right, fantasy football wise. So Falcon side, Bijan, Drake London. And you know what? That's actually another guy. If you just want to go on just like a per game basis, Rico Dowdle is a top 5 running back. If you just want to go on a per game basis.
Yeah, for sure.
But I didn't even think about him. One of the craziest stories. It's almost like somebody said he was going to be a number 1 running back in Carolina. It was crazy. Oh wait.
Yeah, technically I was right still because he didn't start for 2 games.
And you saw what happened during those games. They lost. No, did they lose? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I mean it's the Panthers. What do you want them to do?
Give it to Rico
figure
Dowdle. Give it to Rico Dowdle. No, so yeah, I'm taking the Falcons in this one. But all right, this next game right here, which I'm very surprised by this line. It should be a good game. The 6-3 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Bake Show, versus the 6-3 Buffalo Bills. This is in Buffalo. Buffalo's favored by 5.5. The over/under is 48.5 in this ball game. Who are you taking?
after the Buffalo Bills just won their Super Bowl, we saw them not show up versus the Miami Dolphins, and which was
Yeah,
surprising, super surprising. I'm sure you were
yeah.
surprised. The rest of the world was surprised. I'm sure,
Everybody, yeah.
especially coming off of such a major win. And they, no lie, they took it to us. They outright won that football game versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Versus the Miami Dolphins, they were nowhere to be seen. And
Yeah.
I do think that's a tall tale because it's not like they were not getting big things going. They were just turning the ball over. And
Hmm.
also, I think last week too, Baker Mayfield losing to the New England Patriots. I feel like that's going to light a spark underneath this team. Emeka Egbuka still had a big day. Tez Johnson was starting to get going, which I do think is a pleasant surprise. I do think seeing Tez Johnson kind of come into his own as an NFL wide receiver. And I think it's easy when the guys around you are already good at football, but it's just able for you to be able to do what you do. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to beat the Buffalo Bills. And
Hmm.
honestly, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if it's by 2 touchdowns.
Oh, so you're expecting a major upset. So okay, I I'll say this: I'm picking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win, mostly because this is the Bake Show, and again, this is our rule. We don't go up against the Bake Show. If it's the Cowboys versus the Chiefs, that's the only time we really go up against them. And I just think just after what the Bills they showed last week, it's what's crazy to say about that game is that it wasn't the defense. The Buffalo Bills defense actually played damn well against a good Miami Dolphins offense. And now there's a stat going now. So I don't have the exact numbers. If James Cook does not have over 100 yards rushing, not only do they lose the game, but Josh Allen has one of his worst statistical games of the entire season. So that's the whole formula. You stop James Cook, you stop this entire offense. And who's really good against the run? I know Travion Henderson had a couple big runs, but the Buccaneers are really good at stopping the run. So
Mm-hmm.
I think offensively, Baker he can match exactly what Josh Allen's gonna do. So yeah, give me the Buccaneers, and I expect this to be one of the best games of the weekend. In all honesty, and like you're saying, as far as Tez Johnson, him him being that number two receiver that you needed, Chris Godwin, I don't even know when he's gonna be back. And okay,
Yeah.
kind of a side story. Do you know about Bucky Irving? I don't know his status. They say
Dude, I haven't heard nothing, bro.
like it's like a week to week, but he may be out the rest of the season. I don't even know with him no more. In all honesty,
Mm-hmm.
but all right, just okay. We know the guys that you need to start in this ball game, but as far as pick one wide receiver from the Bills, and then is Tez Johnson a fantasy football start? This not must start, but a solid start.
Okay, well, Tess Johnson definitely a flex consideration. I mean, look at the games that he's played, bro. He's hasn't gone below 10 points in each of them. Even in the game, he only had one catch. If you
Yeah.
look at the week after that, worked more into the offense. It was pretty much the main guy when Mike Evans went down because Emeka Egbuka kind of got rushed back from injury pretty
Hmm.
early. And then we look at last week, Emeka Egbuka clear number one, but as a complementary role, like he
Yeah.
played very well on the outside and even within the slot because they're using him how I would like the Chiefs to use Xavier Worthy, if I'm being
Hmm.
completely honest with you. And I think that's some big praise if you're going to compare
Yeah.
him to that. So
Hmm.
for me, Chaz Johnson is a flex start, and you feel good about it. And as far as the other ones, Khalil Shakir, like me and Brecken were talking about last night, 5 catches for 45 yards, 9.5 points. Just walk away with that feeling all right if that's okay with you. So, yep, I'm not mad at it if you lean towards that.
Just a side story for the people listening. So obviously we didn't end up recording on Monday. Yesterday, we were on a call. It was like as if we recorded the podcast pretty much just from all the arguing back and forth and then just talking about the games. It was like we recorded without recording. Obviously a little bit more expletives in there, but
Not
but yeah,
me,
no.
not me.
Yeah, no, not Josh. Not Josh. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't cuss no more. Ain't
I'm
cussing a little bit.
I'm working on it. I feel like I've
Unless
gotten
it's the
better.
freaking Chiefs that brings it out of me, dude. Oh my
Or the
gosh.
Spurs. I feel like the
Nah,
Spurs. No, not the Spurs.
I don't know. I feel different losing basketball games than football games because there's 82 games.
Yeah. We'll see
And
what
plus,
happens.
and for me, like tonight, okay, basketball tangent. Spurs lost this
Let's hear
game
it.
because they couldn't stop fouling in the third quarter. They shot 36
Yeah.
free throws to our 12. You're never going to win the basketball game like that. Like you're just never going to win the game.
Hmm.
And plus, when you have the greatest shooter to ever walk the face of the planet on the other side, you cannot give them an inch, bro, because he's going to take a mile. So, it's just a young team making mistakes. And I understand that. I don't know. I just understand basketball a little bit differently. Football, Chiefs better never lose a damn football game ever. Like, so. That's just where I'm at.
We'll see about this come April when the Spurs make the playoffs. We'll see about this when
But I
every
already
game
told you, I'm
matters.
not expecting a championship. Like I'd be pissed if they lose for sure.
But
But also like I understand like yo, my team just made some major strides this year. Like the Chiefs, no, you need to win the Super Bowl. Like there's no less than that. Or draft Jeremiah Love. That would be my Super Bowl. So,
oh,
you
okay,
know,
oh, okay. Somehow trade up for Jeremiah Love. You know what? Yeah, you're right. No,
somehow. Just kidding. Yeah.
we'll
They wouldn't.
this isn't dynasty. This isn't dynasty football right here, Josh. No, but all right, all right. Next game, Texans versus Titans. 4-5 Texans versus the 1-8 Titans. Houston's favored by 6.5. Over under is 37.5. By far the lowest of the weekend. I'm pretty sure Davis Mills he is starting once again in this one.
Houston or Tennessee? I think I'm gonna still go with Houston in this one. Davis, long neck Mills was slinging that thing last week. Nico Collins had a big day fantasy football wise. Jaden Higgins had a big day fantasy football wise. Woody Marks had a big day fantasy football wise. That's all I'm looking at when I see this
Yeah.
game is fantasy football. And this looks like a matchup made in heaven for the Houston Texans in this one. And I think it's gonna translate as the fantasy points do translates to a real life win. So give me the Houston Texans because their defense is not gonna give Tennessee an inch in
Yeah.
this game. So give me the Houston Texans.
Yeah, there's not much more for me to explain from this game right here. Give me the Texans in this one. And yeah, Nico, Woody Marks.
Higgins is not a start yet. Like I don't think he's a
Yeah, I
start
wouldn't
yet.
say.
But in
Yeah.
a deep league, like I'm in a like if we're in 14 man or a league like the Knights, like I mean,
Yeah, you
you
have to
kind of
start him.
you have kind of you don't have to, but you can consider it. Or even in dynasty play, with bye weeks,
Like if you're
maybe take a
for a
shot.
touchdown,
Hmm.
maybe
But he's been
something.
getting targets last 3 games. What 8, 7, uh,
He got
16
8.
targets, 17 targets over the last 3 games. So
Yeah.
not bad.
Something like that. Yeah. So that's something to monitor right there. I feel like just down the road and maybe going into next year. But all right, let's get to a more interesting game right here. The 6-3 Chicago Bears versus the 4-5 Minnesota Vikings. This is in Minnesota, so they're favored by 3.5, and the over/under is 48.5 in this ball game right here. Who are you taking?
Is it Minnesota and Chicago?
Yeah.
All right, bro. Give me Chicago Bears. Ain't no
Hmm.
real analysis on this one. Just give me Caleb Williams and the boy Romo Dunze to sling that thing all over the yard. I understand Minnesota maybe on paper have a better
They
football team,
they
but
got they got 9. They got
that
9. Have
don't.
you seen that on Twitter? Oh no, damn! I forgot you don't got Twitter. Sorry,
Mm-mm.
sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but like JJ McCarthy, he said in an interview, he's like, my alter ego comes out on the field. I call him 9, and then everybody they just been calling him out for that. So
Is Jaquan Brisker playing in this game?
Jaquan Brisker, I can check.
Is he even on the Bears
so,
anymore?
so random out of everybody. Yeah, I think he. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Well, we got
I mean,
9.
I'm
We
pretty.
got
Yeah,
9.
he's questionable. Yeah.
Well, we got 9. Doesn't he wear number 9?
No. Yeah, he
He
does
does
wear
wear
number
9.
9. Yes.
Yeah, we
Yes.
got
You
9.
still have
Give
your
me Jaquan Brisker to lay it
yeah.
on freaking JJ McCarthy this week, bro. Give me the Chicago in this one.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Give me Chicago. You know I have to go with Caleb might go in this one. And I just want to say okay, I just want to talk about it just for a quick second. I don't think Caleb he's going to do particularly great in this game cuz Minnesota's defense is good. Caleb Williams, he's definitely on the right trajectory in my opinion as far as from what we've been seeing and like he's
Hmm.
getting better and better and he's the biggest thing is he's learning to take those checkdowns if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
okay, by any means I'm not trying to compare him to Mahomes, but as far as like Mahomes had to learn how to check down and take the easy stuff cuz we know he can make the big throws. That's the same thing with Caleb Williams. He can make the big throws, the throws on the run. He just needs to learn how to make the check down throws, and that makes him so much better. So seeing that is really, it, or I don't know the word, really bright for his future, in my opinion. I don't know if you want to add on that.
Yeah, I do think it's gonna go a long way, but it also helps having a head coach like Ben Johnson, who's always gonna put you in the right position to make the
Yeah.
right play. I mean, we've seen him do that many times with Jared Goff, and then just having guys that you trust on the outside. DJ Moore is banged. Is he gonna play in this one? I know he's hurt. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if
He
they
is
came
gonna
out.
play. Yeah.
Okay, so he is
Well,
gonna
he's
play.
questionable, so
And then I mean DeAndre Swift's also questionable as well too, but also it's Wednesday, so I'm not gonna rely on that too much. As far as I just think he has the guys outside that allow him to trust, and I feel like this offensive line has really stepped up. And then plus having Monongai and DeAndre Swift in that backfield, I mean, you feel a lot safer out there than you did last year. So give me
mhm.
that's why I do think that he's starting to make a lot more strides. So, and I do think he only gets better from here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. But all right. Let's go and get into this next game we have right here. The Green Bay Packers, who are 5-3-1, versus the New York Giants, who are 2-8. After Brian Daboll, he just got fired. GM kept his job. Jameis Winston is getting the start. Packers are favored by 7.5. Over unders 43.5 in this ball game right here. And just a quick stat, I just want to give out. Jameis Winston, he's 3-0 versus the Packers. That's all I wanted to say. So, who are you taking in this one?
Yeah, give me the Packers.
No, nothing else behind it.
Nah,
You know,
I thought.
Josh. I feel like none of us, as far as through the first 10 weeks, we haven't had like a crazy pick. You know what I mean? We haven't had a time
I
where
feel like I've
we're
definitely
like, you know
had some
what?
crazy picks.
I don't feel like one where it's like a major upset over 7 points.
Mm.
And that's exactly what I'm gonna do right here. I'm gonna take the underdog. I'm gonna take the upset right here. Give me the New York Giants to upset the Green Bay Packers. And I'm gonna say this. This has nothing to do with conviction. This has nothing to do with analysis. This just has a gut feeling. That's all this is. It's just a gut feeling that the New York Giants are gonna somehow win this ball game. Don't ask me how. And hey, all I'm just saying is this: if I get it wrong, then they were expected to lose. But I'm just saying, if they win, who knows? It's just a gut feeling. As soon as I looked at this game, I just saw the Giants just winning this game. When I saw maybe it's my Florida State, love coming in right there with Jameis Winston. So yeah, no, give me the Giants here. But okay, I want to ask you this. Do you think any Packers receiver is gonna end up stepping up in the mold now that Tucker Kraft he's out for the year? Do you think anyone by chance?
No, I still think it's gonna be just a committee. Like I don't think there's gonna be one that really breaks out to be a main guy.
Okay. Just
At least
just
not right
wondering
now.
because
Like I haven't seen it.
and like Matt Golden, we haven't seen him without Tucker Kraft. Christian Watson's just a big play guy. Jaden Reed should be coming back later on in the year. So yeah, no, I agree with you on that. But all right, let's get to this next game right here. Second to last 12 o'clock game. Cincinnati Bengals versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, in which the Steelers are favored by 5.5. This is in Pittsburgh, and the over-under is 48.5 in this ball game. So who are you taking?
Yeah, you know what? Give me the Bengals in this one. This is gonna be really weird to say out loud because I hate that pick. But I just feel like last time we saw this game, this happened. The Bengals first game by Joe Flacco as full time starter. Understand more of an advantage than a disadvantage because they didn't really prepare for what they had. But I do think what we're seeing from this offense is historic. Like I do think this offense is super dynamic. The defense sucks. We understand that. But for me to expect Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers to keep up with them 2 times in a row, I just don't see it happening. I think the Bengals, you play them again, they're gonna have adjustments. I just don't think you can
Yeah.
adjust enough for a team that has T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Chase Brown all on the same team, and a Joe Flacco that I don't care right now. Like he knows
Yeah.
this is his last. I feel like Joe Flacco is playing like this is his last ride. So
Yeah.
I just think, give me the Bengals. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bengals here too, and I feel like they're gonna kind of have a little bit of a morale boost seeing that Joe Burrow, he's officially off of IR, so he has his 4 week clock. So I think the
Mm-hmm.
team is realizing it's like, okay, the division's wide open. Our starting quarterback is about to get back, and we're more than competent enough with Joe Flacco. So I think there's going to be a little bit of a boost here. And the Steelers, they're falling down. They're falling down very badly right here. This offense could not get things clicking, albeit against the Chargers, who are a good team. But I think the Bengals offense is just so much more dynamic than the Chargers, and Chargers find a way to put up points. So yeah, no, give me the Bengals in this one. But I will say, you start everybody in this game. Anytime it's the Cowboys or the Bengals, you start every single player on offense or who's fantasy football relevant in this game. So DK Metcalf, he's the number one receiver this week. Jalen Warren, number one running back this week. Shoot, even Pat Fryermuth or Jonnu Smith, whichever tight end you want to take, number one this week. So, and of course, you start the big three and Joe Flacco. Of course, you start those. But all right, next one we have right here. The LA Chargers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. This in Jacksonville, Chargers are favored by 2.5. Over unders 43.5 in this ball game. So who are you taking?
I haven't thought about this one too much.
It's interesting.
Just give me Justin Herbert to make a big play when a big play needs to be made. As much as I need them to lose, which I do hope they lose, even though I picked them, I'm rooting for them to lose. Like I don't care, But if I'm as a realistic fan, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are one of the worst teams in the NFL. So I'm gonna go with the Los Angeles Chargers.
You just hate the Jaguars.
I don't hate. The thing is, I was talking about this. I don't
Jaguars.
hate the Jaguars because I like their players. They just suck. Like, they're not a good football team. Like, they're just not a good football team. Like, I like BTJ. I own him in every league now, pretty much. So it's like,
Yeah, at this point,
I like
yeah.
BTJ. I like ETN. I mean, I have two of my autos are literally ETN cards. So it's like, I have ETN, and it's and then I mean, Basil. I like T-Law. Like, T-Law's cool. He just hasn't lived up to expectation. Brenton Strange, low-key, Brenton Strange was my guy in the offseason. I just don't have him no more because I moved him around for bigger pieces, but he was my guy. So I've always liked Josh Hines Allen. I was pitching for him on this podcast to go to the Kansas City Chiefs last year during the trade deadline. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I defend Trayvon Walker with my life against Brecken, even though Brecken said that.
You do.
I was like, oh no, I just didn't think he was that good. Blah blah blah. Brecken thought he sucked. So I like the Jaguars players. I like the Jaguars, but they just suck.
You
so
just don't like their logo. You don't like their logo or organization.
They just suck at football this year, bro. Like, they're just not a good team. Like, they're not a good team. I think they're so fraudulent. I think they've been exposed week in and week out. They beat us. We sucked in that game. We gave it away. They started the season off playing the easiest teams in the league, and they've gotten beat pretty handily by everyone else. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Chargers.
Well, okay. I don't think the Jacksonville Jaguars are a bad team. I just think they're an average team.
No, they're pretty
bad. Maybe
they
were hyped up.
They're terrible. They're a terrible football team.
I don't think they're terrible. I don't think they're
gonna
like
lose by like 17 this week.
So you'll give me the Jaguars plus 17?
What the hell? No, bro. This is straight up. This ain't no.
This is just a question. This is just a question. This is just a question right here. So I just think they're an average team who maybe I was sipping a little bit of the Kool-Aid early on in the season.
Yeah, you were. You definitely were. Oh,
yeah.
They're about to go on a run. They're one of the best teams in the NFL. No, they're not, bro. I thought they were.
I was sipping the Kool-Aid. I was sipping the Kool-Aid.
Unless I see BTJ break out again this game and keep it up, then I'm not going to be on the Jackson. Dude, I need him so bad.
You know what's funny? We're both picking the Chargers, and since you're crapping on the Jaguars so much, they're going to pop off this game. It's going to happen. I'm picking the Chargers too.
Yeah, I'm picking the Chargers. Forget the freaking Jaguars, dude. Trash team. Trash quarterback, trash receivers. BTJ, you hear me? You're BTJ, trash. Please. You hear me, BTJ? BTJ, please, if you're listening to this, you're not good at football. I want to be the motivation why you have the game of your life this week.
I hope so, BTJ.
He might not
Please,
even
I need
play.
to.
So that's the crazy part about
No,
it too.
no, no. Do not speak that into existence right here. No, 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 no,
I'm
no.
doing what I can to get him on the field right now. Okay.
Yeah, please, please, please do your best. But all
You're
right.
trash, BTJ. I don't mean that. But you're
We don't mean
trash.
it. We just want you to pop off in fantasy.
I
That's it. But
own you in both my dynasty leagues.
oh yeah, you do have him in both dynasty leagues. I forgot about that. But all right, let's go ahead and get into this first matchup of the NFC West right here. I'm gonna save the better one for last. San Francisco 49ers versus the Arizona Cardinals. 6-4 for the Niners. 3-6 for the Cardinals. San Fran's favored by 2.5. Over unders 47.5 in this one. We know who you're taking, but let's just guess by how much.
Honestly, I think it's gonna be a close football game. Like I
You
don't
think it's
think
gonna
it's
be
gonna be
close?
a blowout, but I do think the San Francisco 49ers are gonna win. I don't know. I feel like divisional opponent. Jacoby Brissett's been balling. Last week was pretty rough. I mean, but dude, Seahawks are just. I think they're gonna go to the Super Bowl. So that's where I'm
Mm-hmm.
at with them. So I do think this is gonna be a pretty close game. I just traded for Jacoby Brissett. I'm an owner. So
Jacoby
yeah.
Brissett
Get,
dynasty owner.
give me the give me the San Francisco 49ers in this one still.
just a random person to be a dynasty owner of Jacoby Brissett. But but no, give me the San Francisco 49ers right here. And kind of a side story, Ricky Pearsall is actually practicing finally, so he might get burned in this one. And the last time we saw him play, he had over 100 yards receiving. So I think he's a good wide receiver. Just he never plays. So I feel like that's going to be something to watch. And Marv, him being out 1 or 2 weeks after he got eye surgery. So I don't know who's going to be the number one wide receiver, not just overall receiver. We know that's McBride. But yeah, no, I feel like that's something to just look at for this game as far as fantasy football wise. And I yeah, no, I think that's pretty much it. But all right, let's go ahead and get into the good game right here. The other NFC West matchup right here. We have the 7-2 Seattle Seahawks who are 4-0 on the road versus the 7-2 Rams who are 3-1 at home. Rams are favored by 3.5. Over unders 48.5. This is pretty much, or this is for the number one seed right here as of right now and the division. So high stakes game, and this is the first game that they're playing out of the two. So who are you taking in this one?
Yeah, give me the Seattle Seahawks. I just harped on them last. I think they're going to be in the Super Bowl this year. JSN, my guy, Jackson Smith and Jigba, my guy.
I
I
got the
just
better
bought two
Jackson.
I just
Jackson
bought
Dart.
two Jackson Smith and Jigba cards today. You know,
Hmm.
so yeah, I'm going with the Seahawks because their offense is dynamic. They have enough firepower to keep up with the Los Angeles Rams, and their defense is super stout. Which I think is better than the Rams defense. So give me, and especially at stopping the run. If you can slow down Blake Corum, Kyron Williams. I know Matthew Stafford's kind of one of the last guys you want to force to throw the football, but if you eliminate one aspect of this offense, I think it goes a long way versus a team like the Los Angeles Rams, who's so dynamic on both ways with rushing and passing. I just think the Seattle Seahawks are capable of doing both. And also, JSN, Torrey Horton, they just got Rashid Shaheed. We'll see how that works out. And Kawhi Leonard's bum ass is still on the bench like he is every week. So, yeah, I'm going with Seattle Seahawks.
Did you say Kawhi Leonard? What?
Yeah, he just popped up on my screen right here on the bench.
I was about to say, what did Kawhi Leonard do with this? But okay, first off, before or you know what? No, I'm picking the Rams. But let me say this: I'm picking the Rams in this one,
That's such an
and I
L
just want.
take by you. Such an L take. Such a pick me type of take. You such a
Yeah,
I
I
gotta be
wanted attention for
different
that take.
take. Such
Yeah,
a I gotta be
no, but
different.
I could tell you're wearing your Seattle Seahawks colors right now. I could tell you're rooting them right now with
That was not
that blue shirt.
intentional. That was not
But
intentional. I'm just too lazy to change.
but all right, the Seattle Seahawks, they're a very good team. I'm gonna say that first and foremost, and I think they're gonna be a real threat. But the two teams that they have played that are tough, they lost to both of them, the Buccaneers and the Niners. But the wins have been over Steelers, Saints, Cardinals, Jaguars, Texans, Commanders, and Cardinals once again. So I just think this is their first true test where they're going to be battle tested. And I just think that like the saying says a Chrysler looks like a Rolls Royce till a Rolls Royce pulls up. And this is going to be the
You're
exact
right, because
definition right here.
JSN's better
You
than Puka
have
Nakua.
a champ. Ooh, this okay, statistically this year, yes, but overall wide receiver, I'd barely
Overall wide
take Puka.
receiver, who was
I'd
drafted in the
barely
first
take
round?
Puka.
Who was drafted in the first round?
Who's had better stats over the last
Who
3
has a
years?
national championship?
No, Puka definitely didn't win at BYU. No, I don't know. I don't know who has better hair, Puka or JSN.
JSN. Who has refs
Nah, I'd
protecting
give it
him
to
on the
Puka.
sideline?
You know what? Who has more of a character arc right now?
Who got cheated on?
Puka's backstory.
Who got cheated on?
Yeah, Puka. He has a better character arc. That is so crazy.
Who got cheated on?
That is so. Jason would never. Jason would never get cheated on. No, but
Too good of a
yeah,
man.
no,
Too good of a man.
he's a loyal man. He's a loyal
They're
man.
all.
No, but
No, I don't think he's better than Puka, but he's. I think he. I mean, he could get there. You know, I think he has
yeah,
potential to get there. So
yeah.
he might
Definitely
already
does.
be there in some eyes. So I'm just saying, like, I don't think it's a crazy statement to be like JSN's better than Puka Nakua. Like,
Yeah,
I think he's up there.
it's definitely not crazy. Yeah, no. And I just think the biggest thing that's going to be interesting right here is Sean McVay versus Mike McDonald, that offense versus that defense right there. That's going to be the clash of the Titans right there. And I just want to see in this one how Sam Darnold does. This is his biggest test as far as against the defense right here. This is the best defense that he's going to play all year. So, and Clint Kubiak is underneath the. Oh my goodness, I just went blank with it. Oh, the Kyle Shanahan tree. I couldn't think of it for a second. And Sean McVay is kind of underneath the same tree, so same scheme and everything. So Sean McVay knows a little bit about it. So that's gonna be interesting. See if Clint Kubiak, he's gonna be a hot commodity this offseason. So I just want to see how he does against one of the best defenses. And I think this is by far the best matchup of the weekend right here. And just saying that this is a star-studded matchup, and you start everybody in this one. And okay, I know you said Seattle is gonna win or make it to the Super Bowl, but I think these are the two teams as of right now, like barring no crazy injuries or anything. These are the two teams that are fighting for the Super Bowl in this side. That's what I would say. I wouldn't say Detroit. I wouldn't say Philly. I would say these specific two teams right here.
I can agree. I can agree on that one.
No, but or actually no, there's another good matchup down here. I didn't even see it. But all right, before we get to those, let's get to these late 3 o'clock games right here. The Ravens versus the Cleveland Browns right here. Ravens are favored by 7.5. Over under 39.5 in this one. Who are you taking? You gonna do it?
No, yeah, I am. Give me the Cleveland Browns to win this football game. I think
Wow.
is Quinshawn playing in this game? Is Quinshawn playing in this game?
No way.
This is gonna be my answer. Is Quinshawn playing in this game?
Um, I'm checking right now.
Because I know Cedric Tillman about to look
Yeah, it
across the
says.
line and see Nate Wiggins and be like, barbecue chicken.
Yeah, it says he's playing in this one. Yeah.
All right, give me the Cleveland Browns. No
Yeah.
explanation.
Wow. Wow. After I said we both haven't picked a crazy game in this one, I guess we're both
This is
taking turns
crazy?
in this one.
They have the same record.
Yes.
I
No, they don't have the
don't know. They have the
same.
same record. Hey, in my mind, they do right now.
You just don't want Baltimore to go on a run. That's what it is, Josh. That's all it is right there. That's
You don't know
all
what
it
I
is.
want.
No, very
Acting like
clear
you
and
know
easy.
me.
Give me,
Acting like you talk to me every day.
I know, right? Not like I call you, text you every day, but
Bro's always yapping in my ear about something, bro.
yeah, for real. Just mostly sports, yeah. But Yeah,
and
no,
his
Ravens are
problems.
gonna win this one fairly easily. And start both guys on offense here. Every everybody in this one. There's gonna be some points in this one. I think so. But all right, let's get to your beloved Kansas City Chiefs coming off of a bye week right here, who are 5-4, versus the rolling Denver Broncos, who are 8-2, five
Rolling,
and
they
0 at
suck too.
home.
They're fraudulent too. They suck just
Kansas
like the
City's favored by
Jaguars
three
suck.
and a half. Over just 44.5. Just what's your
Rolling
analysis
to
on the game? We know who you're
10-point
taking.
victories over the freaking Carolina Panthers. And who did they play last week? Freaking
Um,
Raiders.
Raiders. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
we beat the
Raiders.
Raiders 31-0. Give me the freaking Kansas City Chiefs.
Is there any analysis behind this one or just simple?
Barbecue chicken. That's what my analysis.
And okay, I'll say this. Like you were saying earlier on in the episode, Andy Reid, he is I don't have the stats in front of me. Jeez, I can't
Chiefs ain't
talk right
losing
now.
again. Chiefs ain't. I'll see the Colts next week too. I'll see the Colts next week
Ooh.
too.
See, I'm not necessarily worried about Denver because their offense is so atrocious. But Andy Reid coming off of a bye week, he's statistically one of the best coaches of all time. I think the best coach of all time coming off of a bye week. So just
22
for
and
that
4.
simple fact
That don't
of
make
that
sense at
alone.
all.
Wait, what?
He hasn't even played 20. He hasn't even coached 26 years. No,
No,
they
we'll
22 and 4. What is the
we'll
how are they
probably
22 and
playoffs.
4? I saw
Playoffs
something
too.
like that.
It has to be playoffs too, though. That's what it is because he's gotten multiple bye weeks. Yeah, he's gotten multiple bye weeks. Yeah, before. No, but yeah, give me the Kansas City Chiefs in this one. I think this is fairly easy. Honestly, I think this one's a blowout in my opinion. I see this being by at least 7+ in Kansas City's favor, if not more. I just think yes, Denver's defense is good. Them being able to get to the quarterback is amazing right now. They're at a historic pace and looking to break the sack record, but just a team that knows how to game plan against that. It's
Josh
perfectly the
Simmons is coming
Chiefs.
back too, so
Josh Simmons, he is coming back in this one. But yeah, no. Give me the Chiefs in this one fairly easily. Rasheed Rice, he's gonna have a good one. Xavier Worthy, he's gonna have a good one in this one. So fantasy football wise, obviously I know you're gonna say start every Chief, but as far as on the Denver
no.
side,
Just start.
who
Honestly, I think it's just Rasheed Rice and Kelsey that I would be comfortable starting, and I mean obviously Mahomes.
well, okay, I didn't mean running back. I meant like as far as like receivers. So you wouldn't start
Oh
Worthy
yeah.
this week?
I don't know, bro. Like I feel like it's just like it's to your own discretion because like I think he's in that Jameson Williams like he could go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He could give you 4 points too. So I don't know. Like right now, at least, like right now, I just haven't seen anything since Rasheed Rice has come back that's made me be like, I believe in him. I think it's working out for our offense in real
Yeah,
life, you know. But like, I mean, for
but
like
not like
fantasy football,
fantasy football wise.
yeah, no,
But
yeah,
he does have the Riley Moss matchup. And
yeah.
you know Riley Moss, he gets cooked all the time. So I'm
That's what
just
I'm
saying.
saying.
So
Well, technically, Patrick Surtain ain't even playing in this one. So, who's Riley Moss gonna be on him, or is he gonna be on Rasheed Rice?
no way, little Riley Moss is gonna be on Rasheed Rice. That'll be
Yeah, he is,
brutal.
bro. That's what I'm drawing up right now. He is gonna be on him.
No, that would be,
If he really wants to test his gangster, step up on a real one, bro. How about that?
dude. He got cooked by Jalen Tolbert. He got cooked by our wide receiver 4 with a backup quarterback in. So
Gosh, everyone's a critic.
I don't think nobody or he doesn't want to see Rasheed Rice right now. But all right, let's get to this Sunday night football game right here, which this one should be damn interesting. So, Philly, if they win, they'll be the number 1 seed, if I'm not mistaken. And if the Lions win, they'll have the tiebreaker over the Eagles. So Lions versus Eagles. Philly's favored by 2.5. This is in Philly. Over unders 46.5 in this ball game. Star-studded game right here. And who are you taking in this one? Lane Johnson, I don't know his exact status, but it did look bad in that one.
Yeah, give me Detroit in this one. I do think Philadelphia. I mean, they played very well last. I mean, they didn't play well, but their defense played pretty stout last week. But as far as this entirety of the game, I'm going with the Detroit Lions. I do think this offense is going to get a little bit on track in this one. The defense has to make some plays. I know they're still dealing with a lot of injuries, but for me, I don't know. I feel like you are you going to be able to stop a well-oiled machine that has Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Isaac Teslow's first big game of his career comes this week. So, yeah, give me the Detroit Lions.
Yeah. And so, okay, I'm
Have the
looking at
I
this.
just threw Isaac Tesla in there like Alec Ayo Manor, but you didn't say nothing.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even hear that, but of course, you're Isaac Tesla. That's Brecken's Alec Io Manor,
No, it's not.
and
I know Isaac Tesla's trash. Brecken thinks Alec Ayo Manor is like relevant right now, but
it's because
okay,
he went
Isaac
to
Tesla's not
Stanford.
trash. He just hasn't got the opportunity. I feel like, but
Yeah, he doesn't
as far
get
as
burned.
Alec, bro, hop off the train, dog. Like,
I
I mean,
know.
not at least not hop off the train, but simmer down,
Yeah,
bro. Oh, guys,
yeah,
let me tell you. He said, "I'm trading. Looking at. I need a receiver. Someone let me
yeah. That
know.
was
I got Chase Brown, Nico Collins, Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors, and Alec. Like,
that was funny. That was funny right there. Hey, he just views Alec as just a wide receiver one, bro. But no, as far as with this game right here, Lane Johnson, he was a limited practice participant on Wednesday, so I don't know if that exactly means he's gonna play, but I guess that means he's questionable. And I'm taking the lines in this one, but I feel like this storyline is kind of going underneath the radar. Um, Dan Campbell taking over the play calling duties, and you see them pop off and get the entire all the main guys involved. I feel like that's a big story right there, and that could be what puts them over the top. Because this one back to the same old. I know the Lions, they've been scoring points, but in this game you could just tell them running the football, time possession, getting the ball to all of their star-studded guys, and still dropping their 40 points. So I just want to see how Dan Campbell he calls plays in this game right here against a very good defense. Jalen Carter, Kenyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Zach Bond. So I just want to see how he does in this one. And honestly, if they beat the Eagles in this one, then I'd feel like they'd easily be the number 3 right here as far as behind the Rams in Seattle, and it'd really be nobody else in the conference, in my opinion. So I just feel like that's kind of a storyline to look out for in this game right here. But all right, let's go ahead and get on to this last game, Monday Night Football game. The Dallas Cowboys versus the Las Vegas Raiders right here, which is in Vegas. Dallas favored by 3.5. Over unders 49.5. And there's going to be 4 debuts for the Cowboys defense right here. So reinforcements. Demarion Overshown, Brecken's guy, Siobhan Ravel, Quinnen Williams, and Logan Wilson in this one. So who's winning this one?
yeah, give me the Dallas Cowboys. I think the Cowboys need a bounce back in a bad way. Quinton Williams, like you said, Logan Wilson, Demarion Overshown. Not saying that they're gonna. We don't know yet. We don't know who
Yeah,
Logan Wilson is anymore. We don't know who Demarion Overshown in reality is anymore. So it
don't
just in
say
one of
that.
those wait and see. Quinton Williams, we know who he is. I do think that's a big addition to this. He broke it down. I'm not Micah Parsons. I'm not gonna get a million sacks. He said what I'm gonna do is he's basically gonna wreak havoc. He's
Yeah,
basically gonna the run game is gonna be shut down. The pass he's gonna pass rush and create for a lot of other guys. That's what a great defensive tackle is gonna be. And Quinn Williams is a great defensive tackle. He's arguably top 5 in the NFL, top 3 if you want to sit there and have a real debate. I do think he's going to do a lot for guys like Dante Fowler Jr., Jadeveon Clowney, Donovan Ezerike, especially a guy in his rookie year in Donovan Ezerike. I do think he's going to have a major role in what they are able to do. And as far as these outside, I feel like if you get to the quarterback, which they have the best of opportunities here this week to do, they're going to do it. The other guys, I want to see Logan Wilson have a good day. I want to see Overshown. I don't want necessarily Overshown to have a good day. I just want to see, does he look athletic? Like, does
yeah.
he look
Hmm.
athletic out there? Is he
Hmm.
is he is he like, okay, here same type of beat? Is he Jalen Smith start of his career, or is he Jalen Smith towards down the line? That's what I want to see
Oh
right now.
man.
Like, because those are two totally different type of players with injuries. So
Hmm.
which side of it is Demar and Overshown on right now? That's what I want to see.
So okay, I'll come in on that last point right there. I think Demarion Overshown. I don't think he's going to be an impact player right now. I think he's going to be
No,
more of a guy.
it's too much time off of
Yeah,
football. Too much time off of football. I just
I
want to
think
see,
what.
is he athletic?
Yeah, I get that. I'm looking for that too. And I think he's going to be more of just a guy to put everybody like in their place. He's going to be more the field general, in my opinion, since he's the middle linebacker in this defense right here. So it's going to help out a lot. And just another guy, Deron Bland. He's still been dealing with injuries. Let's see if he gets better off the bye week. And I just want to see how Siobhan Ravel looks. Like again, I'm not expecting two guys off of major knee surgeries to end up improving this defense drastically, but I just want to see how they look. Same thing with Demarion Overshown. Does he look athletic? Does he have some twitch to him? I mean, this guy was projected to be a first round pick if he didn't get hurt. So so he definitely has a talent, but does he still have that ability there? But yeah,
Yeah,
overall in this game, Cowboys and
'cause that's my thing. There's
Cowboys
two
offensive.
injuries. That's two major injuries, bro. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah. So it's
everyone looks great in practice. That's all I'm
yeah,
saying. Everyone looks
yeah.
great
It's
in
true.
practice.
It is very true. Everybody does look great in practice, but I just think in this one, the Cowboys offense is definitely going to bounce back after two tough games versus Denver and Arizona off of a bye week. Plenty of time to rest. I think this Cowboys offense, they're going to get clicking once again. And trust me, I think the Raiders are going to put up points in this one, but I expect the Cowboys defense to look a little bit better in this one just because how good Quentin Williams he is. So yeah, but fantasy football wise, start everybody on the Cowboys. Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty. That's those are really my only two guys right there in my opinion.
You're not on Trey Tucker,
Well, against
or
the
Tyler
Cowboys, yeah.
Lockett or Tyler
Uh,
Lockett.
I would say a Trey Tucker over a Tyler Lockett
I think
because
Tyler
Trey
Lockett
Tucker has
had
some
some
speed.
promise last week. I will wait though, but Trey
Hmm.
Tucker could break one off any
Yeah,
given
that's
moment.
what I'm
Like
saying.
he's that type of dynamic player. You know, I thought Trey Tucker was older than he was for some reason. Like he just has that
Really?
type of vibe to him. I don't know. I feel like Raiders players just old and
They
withering
they just
away.
have that older look to him. Yeah, he's barely in year two, right? Year two.
Dude, Genty's gonna have a day.
Genty is well.
No, I don't know. I don't know anymore
I
actually.
don't know.
But
Quentin Williams is right there.
and then linebackers too. You're right. I don't know. I'm still thinking in the mindset of like last
Yeah.
week's Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, no,
I was good two
that's a
weeks
big
ago.
difference. Yeah, that's a big difference. Quentin Williams being there, and Osa and Kenny Clark. So no, but all right. I think that's all of them right there. But all right,
All right, who the Saints losing to this week?
the bye week. They're losing to the bye week
They're
this
losing
week.
to the bye week. Damn it.
Actually, the Colts and Saints are on a bye week, so technically they would play each other, and we would know who'd win in that ball game if we're doing hypotheticals here. But as far as the differences in our matchups, so you got Carolina, I got Atlanta, you got Green Bay, I got the Giants, you got Seattle, I got the Rams, and you have the Browns, and I have the Baltimore Ravens. But before we get out of here, again, you pick one player who you think's gonna go off in the position, and actually we didn't check it. It was James Cook versus Quinshawn Judkins last week, as far as our fantasy guys. I think Quinshawn had a better day, but barely. I think it was barely had a better day because how bad James Cook did. All right, yeah, pick one guy from any position who's gonna go off this week.
Alrighty, give me.
I need to look too.
You know what, bro?
You're gonna take JSN.
Give me Brian Thomas Jr.
I swear, if this ends up working, we're gonna have to pick him every single week from this point forward.
I'm picking him every week if it works.
Yes, please do, please do. I would need that, but all right. So a wide
You
receiver.
you would need that. We all need that.
Yeah. Just for our sake, yeah, we need it. But as far as a wide receiver, I'm gonna go somebody who's on a wide receiver two level. You know what? If Ricky Pearsall plays, give me Ricky Pearsall on this one.
Dude,
Just
Ricky Pearsall goes off more than BGJ Mariah.
I mean, you wouldn't put it past it up to this point. In all honesty, you wouldn't put it past it. So so yeah, no. But all right, Josh. Any last words before we get out of here?
You know what? I don't care that your dad left.
All right. Let's go ahead and get out of here. We will see you guys
Good
on
night.
Monday.
Good night, guys.
We'll see you guys on Monday for NFL Week 11 reactions. But before we get out of here, find us on Twitch, Discord, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube under TSCSA or the so-called sports analyst. Whether you listen to this live or another day, we appreciate it. Make sure you share this to anybody that likes sports. We'll see you guys soon.